I want to talk about imagination, but this is a response video to Laura Layla's video. The thing is that what I'm actually thinking about is not so much imagination as it is restraints that people put on imagination. See, I think everybody has imagination. It's just that sometimes we're not given permission to go further or to break rules. And I'm not talking about breaking rules like, going and cutting somebody's head off, that type of rule breaking. But I mean breaking rules insofar as even things, even in the privacy of your own home type things, and when it comes even to art, like how something is supposed to look. I paint things in ways that I would paint all kind of plants or trees or whatever. Like this. I have this like a flower type thing. I don't know, it's not painted out of ignorance of what flowers look like, but it's just I make it the way I want to. I don't follow a set of rules. And there are people who are in this world of doing it, quote, the right way, whatever that means. So they imagine that they have to do things a particular way. So they don't have that ability, or not ability, but they don't give themselves the ability to express something. To express that imagination, to let that imagination run wild a little bit. And you can do that. That's the advantage of imagination. In real life, you might be limited. But in your imagination, there are no real limits. You can do all kind of things. I painted so many different type of rocks that some of them, I know people would look at them and say, oh, that's ugly. And I even look at it and say, oh, that's ugly. I have some sitting in bags now. Lots of them. But I had fun painting them. I would take a piece of paper, for example, and just experiment with different colors and how things work. I'm doing a lot of experimentation. I did this the other day. I'm just showing these for a point. It's not so much about showing off art, but just like different things working with colors. I'm going to put something else on there. But, and I've never really had any formal training. I had one class for art when I was in high school. How to paint. And actually draw pictures and things like that. But the thing is that there is this fear. And there's this thing about the two different worlds. The world of the real world. The world that you have to interact with other people. And then deal with other people's judgments about things. And you're always conscious of that. So you live within a framework that says, okay, I'm only going to do things that are going to get approval. And then you can live in this other world of imagination where you can do all kind of crazy things. And you don't have to worry about whether somebody approves of it or not. And you can test it out in imagination. You see, imagination is kind of like an experimental place. It's like a place of testing and experimenting. You can do thought experiments and imagination experiments. And I do that all the time. And then I try it out. And it's really a wonderful thing to exercise it, just like exercising your muscles. We all have imagination. Unless you have like some type of brain injury or some type of, certain medical conditions or something. In which case you wouldn't be watching this video at all. Because you would really have to be in really bad shape to have no imagination. But the thing is about freedom of expressing yourself. You can do it in private, and then you can test things out in public and see, what kind of reception does it get. And I think that you have to learn to trust yourself to be imaginative. I mean, even when I'm sitting down at home painting something, and nobody else is going to see it unless I decide to put it out there, sometimes I'll get like, I'll be very, I have to overcome that fear. I really do. So there are factors more than just imagination. There are these rules, restrictions, emotions, But you learn to deal with those things by actually doing things, by actually expressing things. And that's all I want to say. I know it's just a few little things, but that's just an interesting thought on it.